You're waiting for your PR applications to be processed and you get a request letter from IRCC. In this video, we're going to talk about a request letter issued for your PR application and which one is the most common request letter, how to answer it, and how to understand why IRCC has requested that information. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, we will be talking about the request for Schedule A, that is IMM 5669, issued by IRCC with regards to your permanent residence application. A lot of you guys who have submitted a PR application, especially the ones who are still waiting on their TR to PR, for those who have already received decisions, a lot of them received the request for Schedule A IMM 5669 again. And for those who are still under process, you may or you might have already received IMM 5669 request by IRCC. This is by far the most common form that is requested again by IRCC, and the reason is typically pretty clear why they request it again, and it's also usually mentioned in the request letter. We're going to talk about why it's requested and how to figure out what went wrong in your initial submission and how to make sure that your current submission goes okay. Now, the IMM 5669 is background declaration form. It is the form in which you provide all your background, your history, your criminal history, if any, your government service, military service, your personal history, your education, your address history, everything with regards to your background check goes in this form. Hence, this form is very important for IRCC when they do your background check. Now, oftentimes when making the submission for this form, we end up leaving gaps in our personal history, or we may end up leaving gaps in our address history, or most importantly, we may not answer question number 6 correctly, which is the question about your past, refusals, criminal history, etc., etc. And if any of these is not answered properly, you may receive a request for IMM 5669. Now, the question number 6, which pertains to prior refusals and pertains to prior criminal convictions, you want to be sure that in your initial submission you have answered it correctly, because not answering it correctly can lead to bad consequences. For personal history or the address history, not so much. If you have gaps, usually IRCC will request you for the information. Not answering question number 6 about your prior refusals or criminal convictions or other background declarations properly, and in that case they would not specifically say anything. They'll just say make sure you correctly answer all the statutory questions asked in question number 6. Another common reason why this kind of form is asked is if you had a gap in your address history. Similarly, they will ask for address history for specific periods, and that will tell you that you have missed something. Oftentimes, 99% of the time, you just need to fill the form again. Make sure you don't leave any gaps. Make sure all the questions are answered correctly. And in case you do not have enough space to put your address history or personal history, you should definitely attach a separate sheet of paper. This paper or this table, sample table, can be found on our website. If you go to effizient.ca/resources, on the screen you can see on this page, effizient.ca/resources, you can find additional tables, and this is what they look like. You can take this file, copy paste the table, and create your own Word file with this information. Once you're ready with the IMM 5669 submission, sign your original form. Along with it, attach this additional sheet of paper that contains the personal history or address history that would not fit into the original form. Now, often whenever you get such a request, there is no need to panic. Just go through your old form and see if there are mistakes or if there was something that was missed, if you cannot understand what they're asking from the request letter itself. Now, on the screen, you can see a sample request for IMM 5669 or Schedule A by IRCC. And if you read the request letter carefully, you will see the reason why they have asked it. For example, in this case, they have asked for specific personal history from November 2016 till August of 2019 and from May of 2021 onwards. Now, the reason they have asked this is probably because in your initial submission, you did not provide this history. There was a gap which was not covered, and hence they have specifically asked you to cover that gap. Again, guys, if you're unsure what went wrong or why immigration is asking for such information, you can always contact a professional for help. It's always better to do that, because if you again end up submitting something wrong, then it could cause bad consequences for you. So it's better you know what you're doing and make sure that your submission to the request is done properly and is complete. Another thing that I would like to emphasize is that IRCC gives us 7 days, in most cases 99% of the cases, to respond to this request, especially for IMM 5669. It's important you take your time to make sure the submission is correct. Don't rush into submitting something which is incorrect. Make sure you take your time and make a submission, and if your submission is good, there shouldn't be any issues, and hopefully soon you receive that golden portal request email. Well, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to go over this common request, Schedule A, as a lot of people get confused because when they get this request, they don't understand why they have been requested this information, what went wrong, they get scared. So there's nothing to worry. Just make sure you submit everything and make sure there are no gaps, and make sure question number 6 is answered properly. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you gained something. If you have any specific questions, you can always contact us. The contact information is here on the screen and we will be happy to help you. You can contact us via call, email, WhatsApp, or book an appointment. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.